There are 7 cover letter mistakes I see tripping people up, stopping them from getting interviews. In this video I explain what they are and show you how you can fix them. And this is based on my having reviewed over 2,000 cover letters. I'm Raj, let's do this. Mistake number 1, not mentioning the organisation enough. Some people mention the organisation they're applying to way too late or not at all. And this is a problem because it can make the recruiter feel like you just don't care about them. The solution is to open your cover letter by saying something specific that you like about them. Example: I'm attracted to Arup's pioneering use of technology. Arup's early use of machine learning in analysing commuter flows in New York's 2nd Avenue subway allowed for a redesign that saw congestion fall across Manhattan's east side by 2.3%. This is super effective because it hooks the recruiter in and gives them a reason to care about you right from the very first sentence. They immediately get a dopamine hit from being complimented, and then you get to connect your value to that point. Like this: there is a parallel with project work I completed, and then you're away. You get to freely talk about your skills and experiences in the rest of the cover letter. Winning! 2. The second cover letter mistake I see is forgetting to write about the skills listed in the job description. This is a problem because recruiters have told you what they want, they've listed those skills on the job description, but yet you're not writing about them. It can make you seem either evasive or that you straight up don't have the skills. The solution is to start each of your 2nd, 3rd, maybe even your 4th paragraphs with a skill from the job description, and then in each of those paragraphs showing how you've used that skill in detail. Example: team working skills were honed whilst working as a restaurant usher. During busy periods I gained advanced knowledge of queuing customers' orders by first establishing rapport, e.g. by asking them open questions about their experiences of visiting Cambridge, and then encouraging them to order from the queue. This meant I could get orders to the kitchen quicker, minimising the wait time for diners and increasing table turnover rates. My team working skills resulted in 15% higher restaurant capacity during my shifts. You can see how each sentence builds tangible teamwork related actions into the description. Do this for your example and you'll be golden. The 3rd cover letter mistake I see people making is having paragraphs that are too long. This kind of thing, it makes me feel honestly low-key overwhelmed as a reader, and that's the last thing you want your recruiter to be feeling. But the fix is simple. Have paragraphs in cover letters that are no more than 8 lines at an absolute maximum. Do this and the reader will love you for it. Which brings me to a more subtle but every bit as important cover letter mistake, one that I've seen immediately break the bond between the recruiter and the person applying to a role. Writing in an essay-ish style. Now this makes most sense with an example, so let's dive right into one. In this case, a cover letter written for a climate change consultancy role. I'm writing to express my interest in the climate change consultant position at CC Consultancy Corp. With a background in sustainability, I have experience conducting carbon accounting for infrastructure projects, and I'm eager to contribute to CC Consultancy Corp's work in helping organisations mitigate carbon emissions. And it's okay up until here, perhaps a little bland, but that's not a big deal. But then it goes on to say, this is important because reducing carbon emissions will help us stabilise climatic fluctuations and transition to a net zero future. See, it strays into essay-ish writing because it's explaining why carbon emission reduction is important. And this is a problem for 2 reasons. Number 1, you're wasting valuable real estate when you could be talking about your skills and experiences that are relevant to the role. And number 2, it risks making the recruiter feel lectured to, or even worse, condescended to, because presumably working in that field, they already know that carbon emission reduction is a problem. You don't need to be telling them. The solution is to let your cover letter writing flow from those things that the recruiter is asking for in the job description where you have them. Do this and you're gonna be golden. 5. Cover letters that contain passive phrasing. Now these are a real bugbear of mine, and examples include, my background in retail allowed me to, or this experience helped me gain independent working skills. On the surface of it, it feels pretty innocent, but it makes it feel like these things are happening to you rather than you being in the driver's seat. Here's a much better way of putting this. Instead of my background in retail allowed me to, go with from my experience in retail, I developed skills in. It's a lot more purposeful, it's more on the front foot. Instead of this experience helped me gain independent working skills, go with I gained independent working skills by ... And if you've got to cover letter mistake number 5 thinking, damn, I've made all of these mistakes and probably more, don't worry, we've all been there, including me, and we're here to fix precisely this. Which is why you'll be interested in cover letter mistake number 6. Not including a skill or experience in your cover letter because you've already included it in your CV. A classic. Let me tell you a secret. The first document that recruiter picks up of yours, whether it's your CV or your cover letter, will be the document that decides whether you get an interview or not. And since you don't know which of those two documents they're going to pick up first, by consciously not including something that's valuable, a skill or experience in one of those documents, because it's in the other one, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. The solution, therefore, is to write your cover letter imagining the recruiter will never see your CV. It's crazy effective. And last but not least, over-explaining. Now, I've seen so many cover letters shoot themselves in the foot by explaining why they have CV gaps, why they left their last role, why they missed their grades. Just because it's a big deal to you, understandably so, doesn't automatically mean it's a big deal to the recruiter or that they're even fussed about it in any way. But by mentioning it, now you've kind of made it their business. Remember, a cover letter is there for you to put your best foot forward. Only ever talk about the skills and experiences that positively relate to the job description. Do this and good things will happen. So there you have it, 7 cover letter mistakes, which if avoided, give you the best possible chance of landing the interviews you deserve. Let me know if other cover letter mistakes come to mind or you have specific cover letter questions you'd like me to answer in the comments section below. It's always a pleasure to interact with you there. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. I'll catch you next time.